Meet the expanded team in a new greater evil. A battle atop the headquarters of Project Janus turns into a terrifying dimensional dive into the dark ether. Welcome to the party. After a tumultuous battle high atop of Janus Tower, celebrations are abruptly short-lived as Gregory Reaper, Dr. Elizabeth Gray, Major Mackenzie, Mac Carver, and Maya are thrust into the Dark Ether dimension. The crew don't even have the time to pick themselves up from the ground before they started by the arrival of welcoming committee. It is a party and y'all are the guests of honor. A southern drawl echoes across the lobby. All eight turn as a mysterious figure slowly descends the lobby steps, his face hidden by a wide-brimmed hat. The man's hoit turn of phrase is unrelieving, but it's the caged totem skulls he carries in each hand that suggests a more terrifying entity has entered the fray. Skull detaches his jaw and violently expunges life force from the assembled crew, sucking essence into its maw while sharing its meal with its master, seemingly granting the mysterious figure more than a taste of their souls. Satan, he will slowly turns and leaves, but not only summoning some immediate immediate threats for the team to deal with. The drained crew scrambles into action, forced into a battle of blood and guts as they slowly tear apart the undead. It's only after the eight of them step into what was once giant towers that his full realization becomes apparent. We're not in West Virginia anymore. Meet the expanded crew. How and why are the transported to the Dark Ether? How and why are the crew transported to the Dark Ether? Who are these never before seen incarnations of the original Zombies crew, and how did they get here? Who can be trusted? Find out in the Black Ops 7 Zombies on November 14th. Until then, it's time to know all eight dedicated crew members all over again, as well as for the first time. Gregory Reaver, a ranger trained CIA operative. Gregory Reaver, weapons, weavers, combat acumen, and espionage know how have carried him through countless engagements after his mother detect defected from the former Soviet Union. Weber dedicated his life to exceptional military service in clandestine operations, haunted by tactical errors and driven by a desire to fight for something fight for something he believes in. Weaver stands strong with those who fight beside him. Weaver has been transformed by the fall of Janus Towers, no longer a shadowy spy. Master, he has become a hardened leader, forged by sacrifice With the Requiem shattered, he gathers the broken pieces in the fight against the Dark Ether, determined to ensure this to- determined to ensure his friends survive. A highly educated, brilliant scientist, Dr. Gray, Elizabeth Gray, is renowned for her groundbreaking discoveries in the study of Ethereum. However, turbulent events and sinister uses of her discoveries led her down a dark path, transformed by years of imprisonment at the hand of at the hand of the former the former director of Requiem. He uses her genius and scientific mind to ensure her team maintains every tactical advantage. Gray walks away from Jen's towers with her victories tempered by a growing unease. The yawning doubt that science may not be able to truly demand the damage it has wrought. Once a steadfast believer in reason, she now is starting to suspect that survival may demand something beyond the accommodations and experiments that once brought her to comfort. Major Mackenzie Carver comes from a family of military of excellence and distinguished himself with exceptional skill and commitment to his country and brothers in arms. Despite being stripped of his rank, he maintained his mental and physical discipline through his incarnation, determined to restore his reputation. Carver leaves Janus Towers with his fury at the Dark Ether sharpened and reforged into a burning clarity of purpose, no longer content to follow orders. He embraces the role of protector, seeking to carve out a future where humanity can stand on its own, free of masters, either mortal or cosmic, in nature. Trained in the family business of smuggling since she was a child, Maya brings stealth, covert, covert tactics, and a sharp mind to every engagement. Street smart and deadly, her effectiveness in combat comes from a long years of honing her skills in infiltration, evasion, misdirection, her knowledge of the criminal underworld, and Neuronox tactics often comes in handy, but unfiltered opinions and acid tongue can make it hard for her to win friends. Her pursuit of the syndicate that abducted her brother, there threw her into Requiem's path. She, when she helped free their leaders on Timus Island, though out of her depth in the science and communications of the Dark Ether, her great grief and heart and street instincts made her made her an essential ally in a fight far larger than her own. Uncertain of her role with her newfound family, the events at Janus Towers removed her luxury of choice, as once again she has to throw in her allies old and new if she has any chance of survival. Dempsey, let's go. Dempsey's back. Dempsey's back. This incarnation of Tank Dempsey is a battle-hardened U.S. Marine who most recently fought through the jungles of 1968 Vietnam grit, sarcasm, and relentless will to survive. In this fractured reality, the destructor of his new companions and for unfamiliar surroundings have turned his otherwise dependable soldier into the unpredictable wild card of the group. Takeo Masaki, Takeo's back, Takeo's back, Takeo Masaki. Takeo Masaki is a disgraced Ronin who wandered 1951 1591 feudal Japan without master or honor, carrying the weight of his exile as a yoke he cannot cast off. Bound by a code the only still barely believes in, he seeks redemption in the chaos of battle. His blade both a burden he must bear in judgment on his enemies. Soviet tank commander Nikolai Belensky arrives in Jakarta from the brutal, mountainous landscape of 1984 Afghanistan, where duty, delusion, and misfortune collided. Scarred by war and haunted by betrayal and his own decisions, he makes his bitterness with dark humor, yet remains a steadfast warrior with the shadows beginning to fall. Dr. Ed Richtofen, a brilliant but unhinged scientist and hero of the Reich, finds himself torn from 1945 in a world of where Axis powers triumphant over the Allied nations, shaped by ambition and tainted corruption. He masks his innate sadism and considerable ego behind quick wit and charming smile. He vows that reality itself would ultimately bow to his des- designs. Ripped from their respective timelines, our expanded crew finds themselves thrown together in an alien dimension, a quantum made by old friends, unseen allies, and something far worse. Incoming Intel Blast. Full zombies reveal next week. Oh shit, okay, there's more? Head back here to Call of Duty blog next week and prepare for a massive Intel Blast detailing extensive gameplay systems, means future content coming to Black Ops 7. Direct from the zombies from the direct Treyarch Zombies team. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 details confirmed. Pre-order and get early access on the beta 2nd to the 5th, and then the 5th to the 8th. The Black Ops 7 beta divided into the early access and open beta periods runs from October 2nd to October 8th. Early access beta available to players who have pre-ordered the game on any platform, console or PC, as well as eligible Game Pass subscribers. The initial of the beta is planned to launch on Thursday, October 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then conclude 72 hours later when main open beta begins on Sunday, October 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The beta is available on all platforms at the same time. Open beta. The second part of the beta is open and free for all players on all platforms and is planned to begin on Sunday, October 5th at 10 a.m. The Black Ops 7 beta is scheduled to conclude 72 hours later and Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Internet access is required for participation. Accessing the beta and beta codes. Your path to success. To access the beta access period depends on the version of the game you pre-ordered. If you pre-ordered any digital version, you do not need a beta code as you'll automatically allowed entry into beta early access and subsequently the open beta. If you pre-ordered a physical edition, console only you should have received a beta code at the point of the sale at select retail locations, enabling entry into the beta early access. If you don't pre-order Backup 7, you can still access the open beta period. Be sure to stay together close with the latest official Black Ops 7 information by checking the Call of Duty blogs as further communications are scheduled, including the massive intel blast on Runway Zombies incoming before Call of Duty Next. The Black Ops 7 beta and countdown to launch. Pre-orders are available now at participating retailers and in-game and on-platform stores or CallOfDuty.com.